Carried your books from school. Oh my God, we're live. Hello. Hello, everyone. It is 7 o'clock Central Time, United States of America. We got a Chinese freaking balloon flying over St. Louis. There you go. That was a couple hours ago. I was busy working. I didn't realize the NORAD or whatever was tracking this balloon right over St. Louis. How are you? How was your week? Oh, it was wonderful. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. So what are we going to talk about today? Why don't we talk about Ron DeSantis, Adolf Hitler DeSantis down in Florida? Apparently the folks in Florida, they went ahead and elected a legislature, and the legislature was elected by the people. You see, democracy. And the legislature heard from the people that they're not real big on all this alphabet stuff going on in the school systems. And so what the people of Florida have been telling their elected officials to do is get rid of this shit. We don't want it. We don't need it. It's too much. See, that seems to be a problem for some folks, is they keep pushing and pushing and pushing until they hit the boundary. And then people say, no, you should have just stepped a couple steps back. You should have not pushed so far. See. So what we have here, in my opinion, common sense. It's like, okay, here's a certain list of things. We don't want these books in your classroom for kids under a certain age. I've seen K through 3, but it might be K through 6. I don't know. The point is, the alphabet mafia has pushed the people of Florida too far. Now we're getting all wigged out about it. We got Adolf DeSantis down there, right? You know, he's just, he's a big old dictator. He's a big, funny they never compare the fascist to Stalin. I wonder why. I think they like Stalin, don't they? So anyway, DeSantis, and apparently there's a going to be a review, school board, sort of book board kind of. And the guidelines are pretty straightforward. We're going to get to those here in just a minute. But of course, Jaclyn Glenn is not happy about that because, well, reasons. See, Atheist Plus, and I mean, why don't you conservative whack jobs don't want your children to be educated? There's so many twists and turns and obfuscations and tangents during this video. It's hard to keep track of. What do you say we get into? Oh, Brandon Trueblood is doing a stream at 8. Just about everybody in the world is doing a stream at 8. True Blood. So I guess we'll see you there. Okay, let's get into Jackie Blue here and tell us about the Nazis in Florida.
And this is a rabbit hole we're going to dive deep into.
Oh, yes. Yes, we are. See, the problem with folks like Jackie and other prominent people who are supporting this stuff, they've got nowhere to go. They know the vast majority of this country are saying, what kind of shit are you teaching our kids? No. No. They'll learn about that in due course. You don't have to be giving them genderqueer books in 3rd grade. That's not what we need. Okay? And then the people in various states are pushing back on their elected representatives and saying, get rid of this shit because you push too far. Anyway, go ahead.
Thank you for the suggestion, General, and for tagging me in this tweet of someone posting about all of the books being gone from the shelves.
Look at that. You see those Nazis in Florida burning all the books in the library? Well, we're going to get to this video momentarily. Let's see if we can figure out if there's something a little bit wrong with this video coming up. Let's see if we can spot it. You ready? Get your thinking caps on.
Their kids' library. Not just.
Although I do like those cool bats in the background, though. I got to give you that, Jackie. That's pretty cool. I like
this library is classrooms, too. It shows her walking through the kids' library. Clearly, there are no books.
Okay. Let's just stop at this scene. This is allegedly a library or a classroom somewhere in Florida. and there's somebody walking through the library.
Nowhere to be found.
With
So
a
now
camera.
Florida is requiring
You see, they're showing you the horrors of living in
approval
Florida.
to have books in schools. This has set forth a bunch of new regulations, and that's all.
Yes, and it's all common sense, Jackie, but you can't admit that. Now, I don't know where you stand on this particular Alphabet Mafia thing. I'm going to take a guess. But even if you were on the side of common sense,
Very clearly there are no books.
you still wouldn't give up. Yeah, you conservatives, you're right. This is kind of nonsense, isn't it? Okay, take a look at the picture. Empty bookshelves, the book barbecue's outside right now. Ron DeSantis is throwing kerosene on the fire. Do you see anything in this picture that might make you wonder, I wonder, what is this person doing walking around this empty library at this particular time? See anything interesting? It's dark outside. Well, isn't that something? Is that what they do in Florida? They let just people with cameras walk around an empty school building at night? Maybe this isn't what we're led to believe it is, Jackie. Did you give it a thought? Did you find corroborating evidence for this? You didn't. You just want to believe, don't you? I just want to believe because those evil Bible-thumping conservatives, oh my God. No, I'm not drinking. Go on.
Where to be found. So now Florida is requiring approval to have books in schools.
Yeah, just like every other state has a textbook and book approval board in every school or every state. And they go through and they set the sort of books that are going to be used to teach the kids their curriculum, whatever they happen to be. And it looks like they're going to expand it here a little bit to say, wait a minute, there are certain books we don't want in front of children because we believe, they're not appropriate for their age group. Oh, my God. 1984 and Fahrenheit 451 all wrapped up in one big fascist package.
To set forth a bunch of new regulations, and that's all thanks to Florida Governor Ron DeSantis.
No, Jackie, it would be the people of Florida who elected people to the state legislature. And the state legislature sent a bill to Governor DeSantis, and the governor signed it. You do know about democracy, don't you, Jackie? I know you do. You see, what you seem to want to forget is that the people of Florida elected these people. Now, do you think they elected them for a particular reason? Now, that reason might not be something you agree with, but democracy, Jackie? Yeah.
Do I miss living there? No, I do not.
Except for the no income tax and the nice weather. Right?
This is putting out all kinds of limitations and regulations on what kids can read.
Yes, kids of a certain age. That is correct, Jackie. Bingo, you win the fucking prize. Would you like a cookie? That's what the people of Florida elected these people to do. Now, you don't have to like it. People in Florida who disagree with it don't have to like it either. Then they can go and vote other people in next election. You may have noticed Ron DeSantis won in a landslide 2 months ago. Right? It's all those Bible-thumping hicks, the meth-smoking crackheads in Florida. Well, I'd be a lot of those people. Maybe it's just common sense. Have you given it a shot? And then no.
And have access to mostly things that involve, anything that could be about gender identity, LGBTQ, anything, racism.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. Good. You can recognize that, Jackie. Yes. That's exactly what Florida doesn't want in their public school system. That's what the people said they wanted. And the governor and the legislature are delivering what they want.
Anything about racism, identifying people who are struggling with the effects of prejudice in some form, none of that is allowed. It doesn't exist, and it mustn't be taught in our schools.
Now, Jackie, are you exaggerating just a little bit? Just a little bit for effect, Jackie Poo. So you can't talk about any oppression of minorities or whatever in the past. You can't read history books anymore, Jackie. Is that right? They're going to ban the history books. It's going to be nothing but the Bible. It's going to be nothing but white people because you know reasons. I think, Jackie, you might be exaggerating just a little bit. Go on.
Here's all the empty shelves. This is the work of HB 1467, which requires that books be pre-approved or vetted by a media specialist.
Dark outside. Yep. Go
trained by Florida's Department of Education, which I'm sure is just superb. And it gets worse. If you're a teacher or a school and you violate this, that's...
Well, it could be the worst pig pile of Nazis in the world. That's what the people of Florida wanted. Of course, it's nothing to do with Nazis, Jackie. It's to do with common sense. Do you have any of that?
Now going to be considered a third-degree felony.
Yes. And?
Need more incentive to be a teacher? There you go. Like they all read Fahrenheit 451 as a how-to book instead of like a book.
Yeah, see, Ron DeSantis is burning books as we speak. Have you read 451, Jackie? Or are you confusing that with Michael Moore's movie? 911. No. Go ahead.
If they even read books other tthan the Bible.
If they even read books other than the Bible. Well, gentlemen, how long do you think it was going to get her to get there? It only took 1 minute and 34 seconds. Hello, Mouth Agape. Hello. Oh, wait. You know what's not running? I was playing with this, and I even... Oh, look at this. Oh, no. Oh, I got new toys on StreamYard. Yay. It's lovely. It's lovely. Somebody's in there. Okay, there we go. R. Vero, Dark Blade is here. Mohamed El Sayed from Egypt. Hey, Mohamed, do you have any trouble with this kind of alphabet stuff being taught in English or in Egyptian public schools? I bet you don't. So Jackie went there, the Bible. Okay.
And yes, this is a ban and not a burning, but hey, burnings happen locally around here all the time. I told you about that crazy preacher that's basically my neighbor.
The one crazy preacher. That's basically your neighbor. The one. No. It's not just one. It's everybody in Tennessee who's white and male. Is that what you want your listeners to believe, Jackie? Is it?
Yeah. Burn those Harry Potter books. They're satanic. This shit's...
I think it's stupid. I agree with you. I also disagreed with the evangelical types when Harry Potter stuff first started coming out. But, Jackie, seems like you might be in favor of burning all the Harry Potter books now that J.K. Rowling is, well. I know. There's so many intersections of bullshit. Isn't there, Jackie? It's hard to keep track. I can't keep track very well. I try my best, but can't do everything at the same time. Dark Blade says, I can talk hours about Jaclyn Glenn. I bet. Alexander Weissman, real men get pegged by their girlfriends. Yeah. There you go. Let's see. Mohamed El Sayed says, Bible and Quran is a subject in Egypt that if you failed on it, you can't graduate at all from high school. Really? Well, it isn't that way here, sir. How about all of this gay and lesbian stuff? You guys getting an education in Egypt all about that kind of thing? Probably not. I'm just taking a guess. Because Egyptians have common sense. Just like most of the rest of the world has. They're fucking laughing at us, people. In other places in the world. It's like, what's wrong with you people? You could go to the some of the tribes in Africa, right? Go talk to them, and they're like, "What the hell?" No, a man's a man and a woman's a woman. What's the problem?
Coming back, I'm telling you. I remember when I was a kid, I would go to our little book fairs we would have. It was very fun. I would buy erasers and stickers and books
and porno books about guys dicking other guys down. That happened all the time, I'm sure, in your childhood, Jackie. I'm quite certain.
In my day, we had all sorts of stuff. Disney, right? A lot of things were Disney based, I remember. A lot of evil characters that would never be allowed nowadays. We've got Maleficent, some kind of sorcerer. We've got...
Excuse me. Wasn't that, didn't they just do a movie? A remake of that? So are you trying to stretch here a little bit more than you should, Jackie? Are you?
Got witches, enchantresses.
Yeah, well, we better ban what is the Yellow Brick Road? The Wizard of Oz. Better get rid of that too, I suppose. Right?
Sort of evil octopus thing. She's coming to steal your voice, or maybe just censoring you. Florida is Ursula. But
yeah, you see, here's the deal, though, Jackie. With all of those things, they're not trying to fuck each other. Okay? They're not naked with their penises hanging out, ready to fuck the other dude. Can you see the difference between Maleficent or some gargoyle and two dudes getting ready to get it on? In children's books, in schools, for 3rd and 4th graders. You see any difference between the two, Jackie? You said we were going down a rabbit hole. Yeah, we are.
Don't worry, they were good guys too, right? We had
They were fucking cartoons, and they weren't naked getting ready to plow some guy up the bunghole. You see the difference.
All the good magical creatures like fairies and fairies and fairies. And don't forget the fairy. All of it is evil, though, and it was thrown into the recent neighborhood book burning. Thank you very much.
So that's to reflect everybody who happens to be a Christian. Everybody in the country who's a Christian is having a book barbecue in the backyard this weekend and burning Snow White and the Seven Dwarves and frickin' Maleficent and whatever. Follow the Yellow Brick Road. Right? What was the genie? Aladdin? Throw that one in there too. Can't have any of that stuff coming out of bottles and ghosts and shit.
Now, although Florida may not be burning books, they are...
yeah, they're not even doing anything like that, but sure.
Still putting out a ban that is just, in my opinion, absolutely ridiculous. And if you do a deep dive into it and see the things that they are actually banning, it makes no sense.
Okay. Well, let's go into that deep dive, Jackie, because you, so kind of you, did all this work so I could sit here and bitch about your video. Thank you. Rick and Bastard 4003 is up, hamster. We got Jackie Blue here again, or Jackie Red. Mohamed El Sayed, also hello. JL space M. Who is this bint? This is Jaclyn Glenn, the world famous Jaclyn Glenn. You've never heard of Jaclyn Glenn? Oh, stay tuned. You're in for a treat. Yes. Revolver Adam, autocorrect. Hello. Quinlan Voss. Common sense is a luxury these days, I would say, and it's in short supply. Must be the supply chain issue. Can't deliver it. Okay, Jackie, let's go down into your rabbit hole and let's show us how horrible this is.
It makes no sense, and they have no cause, and it makes me cringe. So, you know what?
Really? They have no cause at all. Okay. Well, the cause they have is the people of Florida elected them to do this. So go bitch at the people of Florida, the voters who elected these people by an overwhelming majority to take care of this problem. Go on.
But I need this to get through it. Don't judge me. Karen.
Maybe they have armbands and shit too. I mean, who knows?
And okay. I feel like I've been so desensitized to the internet that most things don't even make me cringe anymore. I mean, I got this earlier the other day and I had to just shut my computer. It was enough internet for me for a while, but
yeah, go ahead and have your glass of wine here. Let's get to the point. Let me you're not gonna believe what she talks about here.
Here I am anyway, because this is my job.
Yes, I did preview it. So
woman boobies open, baby eat milk. A man after my own heart. Another man who is clearly not after my heart and makes me cringe even more. Here we go. Governor Ron DeSantis.
Oh my God. He's just hiding his armband and shit. His Schutz and Stoffels over on the other side.
All right, we're going to talk about him.
And the Gestapo.
More than I want to ever again.
Now, with specific guidance and direction from the Florida Department of Education.
Now, this is Duval County. That's Daytona Beach.
We are launching a formal review of our classroom libraries.
Okay.
So you can have confidence that the books you provide to children are fully compliant with state laws.
Okay. Well, so far, so good. There's a new state law, so we're going to review the books and make sure there's nothing in there. Like Lawn Boy. No? Yeah, I know, Jackie. You think we just don't know because we can't read or nothing.
Now, the people that I'm showing you in these first two clips, they are, this is just like a random school who put out a notice probably
I think it's Daytona Beach.
informing their teachers on
Could be Jacksonville.
how to comply with law, which is fine.
Yes, I know my Florida. Shut up.
This is probably just like a how-to video for them or just some sort of informational thing.
Yeah, exactly. It's like, excuse me, we have this new law. So here's a video for you to look at so we can be compliant with the new state law. Yes, it's no, it's a Nazi training film. Is that it?
But I found it pretty informative just to understand what teachers in Florida are having to comply with.
Well, you're having a hard time understanding the entire concept here, Jackie. The people of Florida, and I would say most people in this country, do not want their children who are, single digits or lower. Well, you can't get really lower. Single digits up to about 12 or 13. They don't want their kids being exposed to this bullshit. Not because it's gay, because it's sexual. You see, nothing to do with gay, right? It could be two people, man and a woman, getting naked, ready to go at it in a book for kids. Not going to happen anymore. You can keep saying, well, it's gay. No, it's sexual. Knock off the sexual shit for young children in public schools. Very, very simple. That's it.
So don't go after these people or find these people or find the school. It's nothing like that. This is just to give context around what everyday people who are just working as an instructor or educator in some way in Florida are having to deal with.
Books made available to students through a school library, classroom library, or included on reading lists must be selected by a certified media specialist.
Who is a certified media specialist? Like
a librarian? Maybe.
I mean, later you're going to see a group of people who call themselves that. Doesn't seem like it takes much.
Yeah, it doesn't take much to become an elementary school teacher these days either. Have you seen TikTok? Jackie, have you looked at Odin's Men? ODIN's Men. Why don't you look at some of those videos? See what you think.
To ensure that your classroom library books were free of the following.
Hopefully it's somebody who has a brain in their head and some common sense. That'd be nice.
Pornography.
What?
Okay.
Pardon? What books are these kids reading that ever had pornography?
Well, I don't know, Jackie. That's why the state of Florida is going to look at them. See?
Love to know what porn kids are getting in schools.
Define porn. Oddly enough, the state of Florida defines it for us coming up shortly. Yeah? Will you be happy then once you have the definition, Jackie? Probably not.
It seems to me like maybe that's not a thing that's happening. They have the Bible, right?
Yeah, I got the Bible right here. It's full of porn.
Honestly, for real though, level with me. What book could be more violent, more sexual, more discriminatory than the Bible?
Well, I just happen to have one right here. Song of Solomon, chapter 1. He sings of love and devotion. The Song of Songs, which is Solomon's, let him kiss me with the kisses of his mouth, for thy love is better than wine. That's the woman desiring the man, and the man eventually will say lovey-dovey things back to her. Is that what you're talking about in the Bible? Now, you'll notice, Jackie, of course you wouldn't because you're not religious, the Song of Solomon is one of those books that is rarely talked about. It's in there, but it's not like, welcome to our sermon. Today we're going to talk about chapter 13, verse 7 of the Song of Solomon, where he... No, it doesn't happen.
Bet you they won't ban that. Good Lord.
I'm pretty sure it's certainly discouraged to have biblical material in school. Maybe not banned, but I'm sure some people might have a problem with it.
Lord, imagine if that got banned. There would be riots. They would lose their mind.
I wonder if they banned the Quran. What do you think could happen then? Just curious.
Okay, an adult may not knowingly distribute to a minor on school property any picture or visual representation of a person or portion of a human body which depicts nudity or sexual conduct.
Yes. Yes. Pretty easy. That's the language there really isn't fuzzy at all, is it? Nudity, sexual conduct. Yes. Yes. Pretty straightforward.
Do we need this instructional?
Yes, because the people of Florida want it.
Like, obviously.
Democracy. An adult may not knowingly distribute to a minor on school property. A minor. Mm-hmm. Go on.
Sexual excitement, sexual battery, bestiality, sadomasochistic abuse, any book, pamphlet, magazine, or printed matter.
Sadomasochistic abuse and which is harmful to minors. Why did you skip that line? Just wondering.
That contains explicit and detailed verbal descriptions or narrative accounts of sexual excitement or sexual conduct. They're banning so many books right now.
Yes, if they contain that kind of stuff, yeah. They're not going to let children of an inappropriate age have access to them. Oh my God. That's crazy talk.
Highly, highly doubt that all the books they're banning are for this reason.
Now, we can go to the Bible. We could find the Song of Solomon. We could find some really nasty shit in here. Somewhat pornographic, certainly very sexual and graphic. And if somebody said we need to ban that Bible from schools, you would not say a fucking word. For different reasons.
I bet there's not even one.
I bet there is. You want to look one up with us? Genderqueer. Let's look that one up, Jackie. Have you heard about that one? No. Not every boy is blue. Have you heard that one? No. These are the books that are in schools. Yeah?
I don't think so. But leave a comment. Let me know. Tell me.
Of course, you don't want to see it, Jackie, because you have no common sense in your brain cells. Let me put it to you a different way, Jackie. Let's just say an elementary school classroom had the latest copies of Penthouse. Would that be pornographic enough for you? But that'd be perfectly fine, right? Because reasons?
Tell me all the freaking pornography that kids are reading in schools nowadays. Who knows? I've been out of the school system for a while. Maybe I'm just out of touch.
Well, you couldn't have said it better.
Instruction of classroom orientation or gender identity.
Ah, yes, here we
In kindergarten through third grade. Are you going to mention that?
go. Nothing about gender identity. That is, I guess that's porn now.
No, this is a different section of the statute, you stupid fuck.
Books that do not include
You didn't include the K through 3, huh? I wonder why you'd skip that, Jackie. Why would you do that?
discrimination, whereas
Are you trying to make a particular point, Jackie? Why wouldn't you say that the gender identity stuff is off limits for K through third graders? No? Why is that? Grumpy old man is here. Hello from Australia. Revolver Adam. Long story short, this is why patriarchy. God. Yeah. Shark dentures. Maybe I'm out of time. Let's think of the same thing. Yeah. Mohanad Al Sayed. 40 days is, a funeral matter. Not even, oh my goodness. Wow. Okay. Oh, Lent. Yes. Well, that's obviously we got to toss that Bible in the old book barbecue because, it's got stuff in there.
an individual by virtue of his or her race, color, sex, or national origin is inherently racist or oppressive, whether consciously or unconsciously.
Okay. So no discrimination, no racism, nothing like that. That sounds good to me. Let's see. We're getting rid of all the weird books and shit talking about stuff that kids at the K through 3 or K through 6 don't have to know about. And any discriminatory book discriminates against any particular race or oppressed group or whatever. I'm liking this. So
I just like to bring up the Bible one more time.
Let's see. Shall we go to Genesis? Got it right here, Jackie. Which you want to find some bad shit in the Bible? You can find it. What's your point?
For this reason, classroom libraries will be temporarily reduced to only include those books that have been approved by certified media specialists and books on the state-approved best list.
So can the kids still read Huckleberry Finn?
Certified media specialists. I can't wait to see who some of them are.
I'm sure you can't.
I'm sure they're very qualified.
Probably.
Books not on the district-approved list.
Really, how qualified do you have to be, Jackie? You open the book and there's two guys getting ready to rail each other as an illustration in the book. I think we're there. I don't think we have to be that much of a specialist to see that.
Or not approved by a certificated media specialist.
Certificated? Oh.
Need to be covered or stored and paused for student use.
Or just don't bring them to school, teachers. Stop the indoctrination bullshit. Now, but children need to be social. We'll get there even.
This is literally happening, and I'm using literal in the correct sense.
Yes, you are. It's happening. Yes.
People are covering up their books
Yes. Or just don't bring them in
their classrooms because they're afraid of getting a third-degree felony.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And there's very little equivocation in the statute as we just read it. So what's the problem?
Once a title is approved, it's cleared for use and will only need to be reviewed if it's challenged by a parent or a community member.
Yeah, there you go. Right. So genderqueer is out. The lawn boy is out. Not every boy is blue. Out. Because they discuss the very things under the statute that children do not need to know about at young ages.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure that there's nobody in the community, no parents that are ever going to object to anything or be triggered or offended. That's just not something that probably would ever happen.
Well, let's just say every classroom should have a copy of the Bible and the Holy Quran and other religious texts for the children to peruse. You think somebody in the community might get upset about that? You think?
Right.
Mayor, we
can't play this. I don't know how Jackie gets away with it, but we'll let her worry about the copyright.
Something, not COVID. I took a test. That was negative, but
are you ready for this?
who knows what the hell it is? And, you know, maybe the vaccine of anti-stupid would cure me because I've been spending way too much of my...
Again, astute observation. I'm going to skip this because, you know, it's talking about the certain thing, but she goes on about a 3-minute rant about getting boosters.
As long as you are 2 months out of your initial vaccine.
Okay, here she's keeping that. We'll just skip.
Because there's just so much stupid circulating right now. Yeah, COVID might be circulating, but there's a whole hell of a lot of stupid circulating, and I would get all the shots if I could.
Yeah, you should. Get the common sense one too. They throw it in after 5 boosters.
Might need to take a shot so I
Yeah.
don't feel as affected. Anyway, let's get back to Florida.
behind the covered wall of paper in this Manatee County classroom,
There's a Nazi flag, right?
books. Teacher Don Falls told us he covered the bookshelves out of concern for a new state law that requires all books in classroom libraries to be approved or vetted by a media specialist or librarian that is trained by the state.
This
Yep. Still not seeing a problem.
to me is just crazy. Like, people
No, it's not. No, it's not, Jack.
have to tape up paper to cover up the books in their classrooms.
Here's the thing they could do is take the ones that they know are offensive and take them home. How about that?
Because they're afraid of a third-degree felony. Like, teachers are already having to deal with so much. And despite some getting raises, I honestly still feel like they're not getting paid enough. They're not.
That's a big lie too, Jackie. That is a very big lie. But of course, you're all kinds of full of bullshit. Yes. I suppose you still believe in the wage gap too, right? And women are oppressed. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. Mm-hmm. Yeah. CNN's trusted name of news. Right. Well, just wait. We get around to MSNBC shortly. Putting up paper is very dramatic, Russell, and I saw you on the stream earlier with this. Oh, my God. It just never ended. I was really getting into the comments, too. It's just these people are brain dead. They're just absolutely brain dead. It's amazing. The fish got nukes. What's up, Chris? No. We're talking about Jackie and her blatant intentional misunderstanding of a new statute in Florida.
Not getting respected enough. And now they have to face threats from the government of getting like prosecuted for having educational materials in their school.
If it's pornographic or it contains any of the things in the statute, yes. So being the adults allegedly in the room, they probably have some idea what might be verboten. So maybe they should take those books like Genderqueer and take them out of the classroom instead of boarding up all the books where, you know, kids could read like dictionaries and stuff. Oh, that could be pornographic too, Jackie. Really?
Their classrooms where they're supposed to, you know, educate. God forbid we have these books of, oh God, two women hugging.
Should I show you the other picture from Genderqueer? Where the two guys are standing there with erections ready to plow each other up the ass. In a children's book, Jackie, do you want to show that one or just these innocuous one where people are, we're in love?
No. Oh, this one even, oh my gosh, this is a guy saying, but why not? And
is there anything pornographic in this picture? Is there any nudity? Is there any sexual connotation? Is there anything being violated by this statute? No.
The girl is saying, because I said no. So
she didn't want ice cream? What's the context, Jackie? What's the context?
This is a book illustrating consent, right? And this is among one of the ones that got banned.
Consent about what? Sex? Why are you showing this to second graders? They don't even know what sex is, you donut head. Put it in context, babe.
This is your pornography, right? This is your sexually explicit content.
You're showing the innocuous pictures, Jackie. You fucking know you are. You know it, Jaclyn.
Violate state law for being too sexually explicit or obscene for minors.
I represent County Citizens Defending Freedom.
Kathy Bucklew is among the district's voluntary book reviewers.
Okay.
Defending freedom. I feel like so many times when you hear the name of people like, conservative Karens for freedom, it's always not freedom, right? Freedom and liberty. It's never liberty, right? It's always some sort of more oppressive state.
I see. Okay. So, Jackie, let me put it to you this way, sweetheart. So this woman says she's defending freedom. She's defending liberty. Okay. So what's wrong with defending the freedom of parents who don't want their children to be exposed to this material, having their children not exposed to this material? And the freedom for the parents who want their children to be involved with this material, the parents can provide the material to the children if the parents so desire. Why do we have to make it blanket when probably 90% of parents don't want this shit in their children's classroom? What about that freedom? Why is it you have to oppress the majority of people? Thought you liked democracy. So freedom means a lot of things. Freedom sounds to me like your children are free from this bullshit, and parents who want to introduce their kids to this are free to do so. Problem solved. See? Isn't that easy?
Freedom.
But there we go. There's an example of your book reviewers, right? She's a certified book reviewer.
You know, in Florida, there are a lot of old people that are retired, Jackie. What the fuck do you expect?
Great. All these people for freedom and liberty and free speech and the First Amendment. They're the first ones.
Dinner.
Ooh. Hello,
It's
Fresh.
more than just a meal you make every night.
Yes, it's a dinner meal. Oh.
To sign up for censorship or some sort of ban against ideas that they don't like.
Why do we have why do we have movie ratings, Jackie?
This is the kind of stuff that matters to me personally.
16-year-old Santiago Duarte reviewed this book, It's Perfectly Normal. Aimed at children 10 and older, it's a frequent target of book bans for its descriptions of puberty, sex, and relationships.
And that would be under the ban. except it's not a ban and it only applies to K through 3 children. But go on.
along with illustrations, including those of the LGBTQ community.
I don't care if they're gay. It doesn't make any difference. This is not a gay thing. It's not a lesbian thing. It's not a transmission thing. It's a sexual thing. Jackie, get it through your fucking thick head.
They're just normal people just like you and me.
And I can't agree more. This is just normal people living their lives. It's teaching consent. It's teaching children to normalize things that
Ooh. Ho-ho. Oh my God, Jackie, what did you just say? Now, those evil, damn conservative, Bible thumping, snake handling, poison drinking bastards, they're saying putting these books in these schools with these young kids, trying to normalize this aberrant behavior in some people's minds. What did you just say?
Just like you and me.
and I can't agree
Did we get a little slip? Did we get a Freudian slip, did we?
more. This is just normal people living their lives. It's teaching consent. It's teaching children to normalize things.
Bingo! Bingo! It is teaching children to normalize aberrant behavior. Yes. Yes, Jackie. Oops. And you can see she's like, oh, fuck. What did I just say? You just said it. I got to hear it again. Look at the look on her face when she realizes, what the fuck did I just say?
It's teaching consent. It's teaching children to normalize things that should be normalized.
Mm-hmm. So the master plan, Jackie, you know what it is, right? Get those kids nice and early and normalize people. 1% of the population, this is normal. When 99% of the cis hetero population is abnormal. Oh my God, I can't believe you said that. You can't believe you said that, Jackie. Oh my goodness.
Why do we have such high self-harm and suicide rates of people in the LGBTQ plus community?
I don't know. Why? That's a very good question. Maybe somebody should spend some taxpayer money or somebody spend some research money and figure out why. That would be a good thing. It's a terrible thing that the alphabet people, LGBT, have a huge suicide rate. I think we ought to do something and look into that and try to figure out what's going on. I totally agree with you. Now, how that gets around to putting pornographic books in kindergarten makes no sense to me, but maybe you're just that much smarter than I am, Jackie. Could be that.
Community. Well, because they don't feel normal, because they feel ostracized, because they feel like there's something wrong with them or something that should be censored or banned. To exclude it is incredibly harmful.
No, it's not. Kids can get to 10, 11 years old, learn all about this shit. That's fine. I don't like it. I think it's kind of goofy, but all right. Okay. There's gay people. There's 2 moms, 2 dads. Yeah. You can even talk about that younger than that. Jackie, the point is this is some sick sexual shit. Doesn't matter if it's gay. Doesn't matter if it's straight. Doesn't matter if it's aliens, whales. Who fucking cares? Young children should not be dealing with this. They shouldn't be exposed to this crap when they are children.
156 books challenged by conservative moms group Moms for Liberty.
Here we go again. Liberty. Moms for Liberty. I want to join one of these groups just so I can go in and like antagonize everyone.
Well, why don't you then? Go ahead. You're free to do that.
Do that. I'm in Tennessee. It's totally possible.
Yeah, well, I'm sure they'd welcome you in with open arms, and you might find they're not evil Nazis. That's the reason why you don't go do that, Jackie. Because somewhere deep in your little red-stained hair, you know they're not all that far off. Right?
And again, mind you, the absolute outrage that these people would have if you tried to put a ban on the Bible.
I'm pretty sure a lot of places don't let you have the Bible. It's, pretty much You used to have prayer in school. That's gone. Used to have to say the Pledge of Allegiance. That's gone. Unless you happen to be Islamic. See, then if you're Islamic, you have a certain area where you can go pray 5 times a day because it's part of your religion. There's nothing wrong with that. But have a prayer before a football game. Try that, a Christian prayer. See how many people get fired for doing that, Jackie. Just curious.
They would lose their little collective Karen shit.
Yeah, because all of these people are just radical Christian evangelicals. Right? Because anyone who would oppose your point of view is obviously one of them Christians, or Islamic, or Jewish, or Buddhist, or Hindu. Now, there's a lot of other religions out there as well. I know you hate them all, Jackie, but, you know, it seems like you concentrate on Christianity an awful damn lot.
It would be beautiful. I'm going to show you a quick clip from Secular Talk. This is the video if you want to watch more.
Florida goes on book banning spree. The Kyle Kalinske show.
Goes on book banning spree.
Well, this is like a 2-for-1. We get Jackie and Kyle all in the same video.
There was some psycho Christian lady who basically led the charge and was trying to get all these books banned. Any book that mentions race in any way, shape, or form. And Judd Legum found there's one of these books is like a story about a black girl who kind of overcame the odds and became a basketball player.
That's
and
great.
It's basically a story about how like treat everybody equally and like that's it.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, absolutely. I can't imagine that book is banned. Because somebody wanted it banned doesn't mean it got banned, right, Kyle? Right? We realize there are some crazy people in the world, right?
And they banned that book.
Who did? Where?
Why would they ban that book?
I don't know. You didn't tell us either, Jackie. I guess we're just going to all have to go find out on our educate yourself, Hams.
Why? Because it mentions prejudice?
I doubt it. There must have been something else. I don't know. I'll look it up. I'll see if I can find it.
Because it mentions the effect that racism can have on someone and make.
Yeah, let's see. While we're at it, let's see. Book banned black girl basketball. Okay, let's see. Book banned black girl basketball. Let's see if I can find it. 50 books. Texas parents want banned. Okay. Black history is under attack. From book bans to racing African American. Oh, for Christ's sake. Come on, Houston Chronicle. Jesus. I just want to read the story. The Banned Book Club. Okay. Well, I'm going to have to look it up later because it's not popping up. So I'm taking a guess it's not a big national news story. I'm guessing they found a corner case in some weird place where they took a book out about a black kid who made good with their life playing basketball. Go on.
Make someone not feel good. I mean, this could be so inspiring to someone who feels like the odds are against them.
I absolutely agree. I don't know why they would ban a book about this. That doesn't make any sense to me initially. Unless there's something else weird about it. I don't know. Maybe it was a LGBT girl who, whatever. I don't know.
People all the time feel like they have to go up against a battle because they have a different race, religion, sexual orientation, gender than what is accepted around the people that they go to school with.
Right. And that's what the statute in Florida says. We don't want any books that are disparaging against races or all this stuff. That's what it said. And so you should be happy about it, but you're not.
Work with. And the only way to overcome that is to normalize it. And something as innocent as a girl overcoming the odds and being able to play basketball, that's like a beautiful story. Why in the hell would you ban it unless you were trying to erase the idea that there is any negative effect of racism going on today?
I honestly don't know what to say, Jackie. I don't know what the book is. I don't know where to even look for it, but I'll find it online and find out what's going on. How's that? We'll make a deal. But from what I've been told by you and Kyle, there's no way they should have banned this book. It sounds like a feel-good, achieve story. So I wonder what we're not being told.
Which clearly there is. Why not make a book available to kids that encourages them and makes them feel included and supported and empowered? It's easier to perpetuate negativity when you refuse to educate. That's just it.
Yeah, well, I'm not disagreeing with you, dear. All I'm saying is take the sexual shit out. That's it.
One of the major Republican campaigns over the
Another source from Jackie, MSNBC.
last year has been to ban whatever they deem as, quote, critical race theory in public schools. They
Yeah.
haven't been able to point to any examples of such esoteric college level theory actually being taught in K through 12. But
Well, yeah, if you don't want to, you're eventually going to call it SEL. Well, we don't see any CRT here because we're calling it SEL now. See?
that hasn't actually stopped them from trying to weed out.
I can't. It's just, it's some idiot. And they go through some example here. Let me find the example. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, wait, there's more. Ron Hitler.
This is taking it, in my opinion, way too far, and it's just it's pretty unethical.
Last week, Florida's Department of Education rejected 54 math textbooks, more than 40% of the books that were submitted for review. Now, 28 of those were rejected because they, quote, incorporate
This was April 15th, 2022, so this is a long time ago.
prohibited topics or unsolicited strategies, including critical race theory.
The title of that read, Florida rejects publishers' attempts to indoctrinate students.
Well,
don't you think keeping important information about our societal issues from kids to block them or shield them from knowing the truth is a form of indoctrination itself?
Now, tell me exactly, Jackie, in a math class, why do you have to learn about CRT or SEL? Why can't you learn about plus and minus, multiplication, division, trigonometry, calculus, etc., and so on? What's wrong with that? Isn't that what math class is for? I'm sure there's a class somewhere that they talk about Black history and all of these other things, and they should. Absolutely.
I mean, it's very easy to grow up self-righteous, entitled, privileged.
If you're white, yes, we know.
Without understanding and
that's very racist of you, Jackie. I thought you didn't like racism.
Empathizing with the world around you if you're not even educated on what's going on.
What's going on? Critical race theory in math class.
That in and of itself is a very, in my opinion, pointed form of indoctrination.
I see.
All right, now let's switch it over to Fox News.
We are finally seeing examples of why some math textbooks were rejected by the state.
Okay, let's see.
Math problem shows a graph, you see it right behind us, and that measures racial prejudice by age.
Now, what's frustrating is in all the media prior to this, they're showing like very young kids, right? They're showing elementary schools, middle schools. This, when you dive deeper into it, is actually from a high school textbook where
So there's no other way to present a bar graph except to slide some kind of racial shit in there? Really, Jackie? Come on now.
They're commonly real world problems, issues, things that are a little bit more complicated than 1 + 1 = 2.
Yeah. Well, that's what math class is about.
Are incorporated into math problems to give people a practical application of the information they're learning.
Sure.
If you just learn formulas and math and how to do basic things, that's great.
I agree. No, there should be some practical application. Like minimizing a calculus function to make the volume of a tuna can. That's interesting. Min, max values. Sure. Yeah, okay.
Algebra, that's great. But the reason you're learning them isn't so that you're going to be an adult, with kids one day, able to do calculations of what the slope of a curve is.
If you're an engineer, you will.
That's not the point. The point is so that you can apply it in a practical way in day-to-day life. And this is that. In high school, mind.
Speaking of the first derivative to get the slope on. Speaking of tangents to the curve there, Jackie, go ahead.
They're trying to set it up so you think that people are talking about this stuff in kindergarten. They're not.
The state also showed these examples.
We don't know that, but okay.
2 pieces of text mentioning the importance of social and emotional learning.
Social and emotional learning, the new CRT. I see. We don't teach CRT in this school. We got SEL. Same thing, though, ain't it? This unit introduces students to the blank feature of the program. The feature is designed to build student agency by focusing on students' social and emotional learning. Specifically, the 5 competencies that make up this is CRT. Come on.
Or SEL. That's the practice of teaching children empathy and expressing their emotions freely.
In math class. Right.
DeSantis administration doesn't want that in the curriculum.
Why? Right now, we do live in a
because it's a fucking math class, Jackie. Because it's a math class.
Time where people are so detached from their own emotions.
Oh God, are we done with this yet? Jesus, let me find this one though. And here's another one I'll agree with. There, let me see if I can find it. Hold on. Where was it? Way at the end, was it? No, I can't find it. Well, anyway, there's a graph in there. There's a there's a word problem. Oh, Creo brewed cacao. Okay, lovely, wonderful. It's not coffee, it's cocoa. Okay. All right.
Learning.
I mean, isn't that where you get cocoa from anyway? It's kind of the same sort of process. Okay, what time is it? Oh, we're almost done. Brandon's going live here in a couple minutes.
SEL is the same as critical race theory.
It is. It is.
But it's really not.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Yes. Okay. But tell people whatever you think you want to tell them. All right, let's go here. We'll get one final thing from Jackie Poo. Go on.
Becoming something and then being able to play basketball, they're going to ban that.
I'm going to find out what that book is, Jackie. I'll send you an email.
Because, good Lord, you wouldn't want your students to learn how to empathize with someone that they are different than. Or even
Again, this has nothing to do with it, Jackie. For God's sake.
even worse, be empowered by someone you are similar to and then overcome your own anxieties and stresses and fears. Because,
like I said, she's got nothing.
if she could do it, so can I. How
Yeah.
empathy being taught as a problem is real.
So we're still talking about the black girl who got the basketball scholarship and the book was banned in some weird place. We're still there. 10 minutes later.
Just mind-blowing to me.
Yeah,
I feel like I am just lost in this pool of stupidity. There is no anti-stupid vaccine.
Should I throw you a lifesaver device so you can get out of that pool of
I
stupidity?
need someone to save me. I need Prince Charming. But I can't have Prince Charming, right? Because all the Disney books should probably get banned too because they have elements of magic, right, Greg Locke? But
Right.
if only Prince Charming was...
Now, Jackie brings up this particular scene right here. So apparently Prince Charming is going to kiss Snow White, I guess, or whoever that is, Cinderella, something. Now, do we see any difference between this picture, fully clothed, no sexual, well, maybe a little sexual sort of tension there? Any difference between this and 2 naked dudes with hard-ons getting ready to plow each other? Can we see that this is not what we're talking about? The other is what we're talking about, Jackie? Of course not, because it's just she's fucking brain dead, guys. I'm sorry. Shall this wait? She needs her Prince Charming. Yes. Oh, my not only my ears are going, my eyes are going too. Vid loss. Prince here shouldn't leave. XYZCT. Hello. Let's see. Where'd you go? There you are. I took many math classes after calculus. They're basically a slave owner. Oh, God. Of course, the implication is Jackie believes that we just want our kids to be dumb so they all become conservatives. Bullshit like that. Yeah. Yeah, well, the link is in the description, so if you don't want to go watch the whole thing. She this was not one of her better videos. If a hamster leaves St. Louis traveling at 71 miles an hour, a beer truck leaves Springfield at 65, how long would it take for the road and the beer run? Well, it'll only take me about 10 seconds to get up to the Quick Trip beer store, and I'll get all kinds of beer. So, see? Bypass your little trick there, mister. All right. Brandon Trueblood live here in a couple minutes. I'm out. I'll see you guys later. Have a good one. Thanks.